Good morning, children. Hey, how are you? Are you fine? Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's a great pleasure to know that you are fine. Yes. Hmm. So, last day we have studied what my obnoxious brother Bobby. Did you understand that? Did you study that? Okay, very good. Okay, then. So that was quite interesting poem. Okay. Today we are going to study about an interesting story. Okay. William Tell. It's a folk tale, and William Tell. He was from Switzerland. He was a Swiss legend. Legend means a hero. Okay. So today we are going to study about William Tell. Okay. I'm sorry, I have a problem on my tongue. Okay, some pimple like that on my tongue. So sometimes my voice, whatever I say, sometimes it won't be clear for you. Okay, if you don't understand that word, any word, particular word, you can ask me by calling or you can message me. Okay. Yes, today. So we are moving to the summary of the story. Okay, the people of Switzerland were not always free and happy as they are today. Okay, today they are happy and were free. Okay, but they were not like that in previous. Okay. India also. Previously it was not. We were not happy and free. We were under British rule like that. Switzerland were under Australia. Okay. Sorry, Switzerland was under Australia, Australian people. Okay. So they were not free and happy. But today they are free. We are also free, right? Okay, we have the freedom to whatever we want to do, whatever we would like to say. We have that freedom. Okay. Many years ago, a proud tyrant means I'll tell you, a ruler who rules harshly, cruelly. Okay. So he was proud of himself that he was a great ruler like that. Okay, but whose name was Jessler? What was his name? Jessler. Then ruled over them, whom the Switzerland people. Okay, Swiss people. And made their lord a bitter one indeed. Okay, indeed means truly he made all bitter means a bitter gourd. You know that what's the taste, sour, like that. Their life it was sorrowful. Okay, it was not happy, and he made like that. Who Jesla? Okay. One day, this tyrant set up a tall pole. See, look at this. This for this we can call pole. Okay, a stick, a straight stick. Okay, then in the public square and put his own cap on the top of it. Means here. Then and then he gave orders that every man who came into the town should bow. Bow means respect. Okay, bow. Down before it. Okay, the people should bow in front of this pole. See, in front of this pole, and there is a cap. Okay, the people should bow to the cap. It was like that the order. Then he stood up straight with. But there was one man named William Tell, our hero. Okay, who would not do this. He didn't do that. Like what they said, and he stood up straight with the folded arms. Folder means see, like this. Okay, folded arms. Okay, he was not ready to go and laughed at the swinging cap. The cap was swinging there. Okay, with the air or something like that. Okay, air means with the wind. Okay, it was swinging, and he was laughing at that, and he would not bow down to Jessler himself. Okay. So he was not ready to bow in front to the Jessler, and Jessler told that it was the sign of Jessler. Okay, it was like a Jessler, that cap. But so the William Tell, he was not ready to bow to Jessler himself. Then when Jessler heard of this, he was very angry. Who is this? Who is there? Who is not obeying my cap or obeying me? Not obeying me? disobeying me. Okay, then he was afraid that other men would disobey. Okay, and that soon the whole country would label against him. Okay, so he knew that he was not that great ruler. He was not doing all wrong, and people didn't like him. He knew that, so he afraid, because if one man is against us, okay, suppose that we are a ruler, okay, we are rulers. If one man is enough who is standing against us, then other people will continue. There is one movie of Allu Arjun, Bhaiya, Allu Arjun and Ramcharan. In that movie, not the heroes, some other person, where the Ramcharan lives, there one person who went to the this kind of tyrant, okay, tyrant person, the villain, and he went there and he was against that rule, okay. They were about to take their village, that town, and one person, he was a man, okay, innocent man. He went there and he stood in front of them. In movie, he stands in front of a man. They said that if one man or like that, that tyrants or that hero, no, that actor. Here, someone said that if one man comes, then other people start to come. Okay. Today, he says that, okay, today I came, next later 100 people can come, okay, like that he says, okay. So here also Jessler afraid like that, okay. If one man stand against, then later other people also would stand, okay. And the country would rebel means being opponents, okay, against, okay. Then so he made up his mind to punish the bold man. So he wanted to punish whom? The bolder man. Who is that? William Tell, okay. Then William Tell's home was among the mountain, okay. His home was not near the town or in a village, it was among the mountain. And he was a famous hunter. Means the person who is catching the animals, like wild animals, whether it is a tiger, whether it is deer, whatever it is, okay. Then no one in all the land could shoot with bow and arrow as well as he. Bow and arrow, see, look at this bow and arrow, okay. This is bow and arrow. So he was a for this, the person who can do this best, we can call them archer, okay. So he was the best archer, he was the best mountaineer, because he was living among the mountain, and he was a best boatsman also. Boatsman means the one who can run the boat very well, okay. And Jessler knew this, that he came to know about William Tell, and he is he is the best archer, like that. So he thought of a cruel plan to make the hunter's own skill bring him into grief. Grief means sadness. Okay. So Jessler wanted William Tell's talent. What was his skill? He's a best archer, and by his archery only he would get sad. So he ordered that Tell means William Tell. Okay. Capital letter T. Okay. So Tell's little boy. What was his name? Carl, C-A-R-L. It is already in a textbook, okay. Boy should be made to stand in the public square with an apple on his head. See how cruel it is, okay. An apple on the head. That boy should stand, and this William Tell should aim and leave that arrow, okay. Then he bade Tell shoot the apple with one of his arrows. Bade means told, okay. Bid to tell, okay. So bade told Tell to the William Tell, okay. Shoot the apple with one of his arrows. Because he's a best archer, so he could do it. Then, but what Tell did? He begged the tyrant not to have him make this test of his skill. Don't make me to do this, like that. He begged. What if the boy should move? Okay. Why? Because what if the boy should move? If the boy moved, what happened? The arrow can pierce his head or somewhere. Okay, pierce means that sharpening and hitting and going inside. Okay, pierce. Okay. Or what if the bowman's hand should tremble? Tremble means vibrate or move. Okay, shake. If that William tells his hand at least a slight vibration is enough, that would pierce that Carl's head or any other part. Okay. Then another question: what if the arrow should not carry through? If there is wind, okay, wind when the wind direction is there, then it that aim or that pathway of that arrow can change. Okay. So if that happened, what would do? That boy would get die. Okay, the boy will die. Okay. Okay. Then when I say about, there is one that Chinese movie, bow and arrow, war of arrows. I have seen that. That's really a great movie. Only their fight, only their war is with this bow and arrow. He was a sharp archer. Okay, he's a best archer in movie. Then, will you make me kill my boy? Who asked? William Tell asked Jessler. Then say no more, said Jessler. He doesn't want to say anymore. You must hit the apple with your own arrow. Okay, you must hit the apple with your own arrow. If you fail, my soldiers will kill the boy before your eyes. Oh, that's so cruel. It's like that. Okay. Jessler thought that he himself, William Tell himself, is going to kill the boy. Okay, because it's a slight movement, a slight vibration is enough. Or if the boy moved from there also, that's enough. Or if the wind is against that William Tell, that's also enough to kill the boy. So, okay. So there is no give up. Give up means skipping or escaping from or leaving that match. But there is no. Why? If he gives up, this Jessler's soldier will kill that boy. So he had to do it. There's no other option. There's no other choice. Then without another word, Tell fitted the arrow to his bow. He took aim and let it fly. The boy stood still. He didn't move from there, luckily. Okay. He was not afraid. My God. Then, for he had all faith in his father's skill. He had all faith on his father's skill. That's why. That's the reason. Now, the arrow whistled through the air. Whistled means we know that when the arrow or when the bullet moves, we can listen that whistling sound. Okay. I know that you are imitating now. Okay, it's okay, no problem. As you are at your home, no problem, you can. Then it struck the apple fairly in the center. Fairly means properly. And carried it away. Carried what? The apple away from there. Okay, it's not going to stop there. We know that apple is small, so the arrow can carry that. And the people who saw it shouted with joy. Okay, the people were breathtaken. They were not leaving the breath. Okay, they were sudden. Okay, there was no single breathing. Like that, they were stuck. If they thought that the boy is going to die, okay, but he is safe, then they became so happy because they also know that this Jessler's that ruling is not good. They also didn't like his ruling. Okay. As Tell was turning away from the place, Jessler was turning away from that the place. Sorry, I think it's Tell only. Okay, Tell. After that match, he was turning back. Okay, an arrow which Tell had hidden under his coat dropped. Okay, Tell was turning back. Okay, so when he turned back, that arrow from inside his coat, it fell down. Okay, fellow means common man, cried Jessler. Jessler shouted. What mean you with this second arrow? What mean you with this second arrow? Then tyrant that word, okay, that cruel man, like that. William Tell called him back. Okay, he didn't scare. He called him tyrant. Okay, was Tell's proud answer. That was Tell's proud answer. Then without scaring. Okay, this arrow was of your heart. Okay, this arrow was for his heart. Whose? Jessler's heart. For what? If I had hurt my child, if I had means something happened to his child, definitely the next arrow will pierce through the heart of Jessler. That much confident and that much ready he was. Who? William Tell. Okay, then Jessler got angry. How dare you can say like that? Okay, he ordered to imprison Tell. Imprison means putting in jail. Okay. And the soldiers arrested him. Soldiers arrested William Tell. Then he told his son to run from there. That William Tell told Carl to run from there. When the soldiers were dragging him into the boat. Okay, dragging means pulling him into the boat. Okay, that dungeon, underground prison. It was where in the island, mid of the lake. Okay. Center of the lake. Okay, so they were dragging him to the boat, and the crowd of kind people covered Carl. Okay, Carl, who is the Carl? Son of Tell. Okay, so the kind people, they were seeing this and they became happy when William Tell shot that apple clearly. Okay, so they became happy also. That means they are kind people. Okay, so what did they do? They covered means they joined together and Carl was inside. The soldiers couldn't find him, Carl. Okay, and saved him. Then as the boat reached the center of the lake, a great storm developed. Even the nature was in the support of William Tell. Okay, it was favor of this William Tell. Okay, and the boat got pushed in all direction. Okay, so storm means wind. Okay, great wind. Okay, and started to push here and there. Okay, that you know that in the center of a lake, if that boat gets wind, okay, and it's moving, shaking here and there, we get scared, right? Yes. Okay, so but William Tell, he was not scared because he was a best boatsman. Okay, but what happened? Jessler and his old man lost their sense of direction. Okay, they couldn't find the direction where to go and where from where they were. Okay, the soldiers panicked. They are afraid. Okay, who? The soldiers, and requested Tell to help them. Okay, Jessler didn't say anything, but the soldiers requested Tell to help him. Okay, because help them. Okay, because only Tell can save them at that time. Okay, he was that much expert. Tell agreed on a condition. Tell agreed. Okay, that to set him free. If you free me, they were okay. They were cuff means what? That something okay, like what? Some kind of chain, you know, that the thieves, the police wear on the wrist of the thieves. Okay, that is known as handcuff. Okay, so it was okay. Nowadays handcuffs are there. At that time it was like a cloth or kaya. Okay, kaya means a rope. Okay, they were tying like with that. Okay, so his hands were tied. Okay, so he told them to free that. Okay, and they didn't have any other option, so they released him. Means they lose this rope. Okay, and the moment they released him, when there was no other option. Okay, when there was no other option, they released him. And what did he do? He steered the boat to the bank of the lake. Okay, then he took the handle. Okay, handle of the boat, and he moved it to the bank of the lake. Okay, the bank means you know that area which joins to the river or water. Okay, that is known as bank. Okay, two banks are there. One bank is this that land which is near to the river, and another bank where we put money. That bank. Okay, then Okay, when the boat was a few meters away, okay, when the boat was a few meters away, okay, it was not near the land, okay, near the bank, but it was a few meters away from the bank, okay. The land, he jumped onto the land and disappeared into the thick forest, okay. He was a great mountaineer, okay, so it was quite easy for him to jump and just escape into the deep forest, okay. Then he disappeared. Disappeared means they couldn't find him or they couldn't see him there. Okay. Suddenly he moved out from there. Okay. Then into the thick forest. Jessler and his soldiers tried to kill him. Okay. Jessler ordered to kill him. Okay. So the soldiers also tried to kill him. But the mist and the storm came to his rescue. Whose rescue? William tells. Mist means that water like vapor, okay, and storm, that wind, okay, great wind. Means mist, where if there is lots of mist, you cannot see what happens here next, okay. Okay, so that kind of situation it was, and the storm also. Then a few years later, okay, so that was the incident. Then a few years later, Switzerland finally became an independent country as they defeated the Austrian. Okay, few years later, Switzerland defeated Austrians, okay, Austrian people in the war, okay. And from that day onwards, it has remained a free nation. Okay, when they became free, when they defeated Switzerland, Australian people, they became free, and it's a free nation now. Which nation? Switzerland. Okay. Then next. Now the story is over. I have given you the summary. Did you understand? Any doubt is there? If you have any doubt, you can call me or you can message me. Okay, now we are moving to the exercise part. In the 15th century, Switzerland was governed by the Austrians, where the Swiss people, Swiss means the Swiss people, okay, happy at the time. Give reason for your answer. Then next, who was William Tell? Why did he refuse to bow to the hat? These are the answers. No, they were not happy at that time because it was a tough and tyrannical regime. Tyrannical means the word meaning is there in the textbook. Unjust and oppressive means very much cruel, okay, rude, that rule it was, okay. And the regime means the government, okay. It was a cruel government, you can say. Then they had no choice but to pay heavy taxes, okay. They had no choice. They had to pay only heavy taxes, okay. Then obey unfair laws. Unfair means it was not suitable for them, comfortable, okay, laws, okay. Then and succumb means accept to the whims and fancies. Whims and fancies meanings are there. What is that? Unreasonable wishes, okay. Means that rulers, what they have wish, okay. Still we can see in the movies, okay, suppose that rulers, okay, they want, if they see any girl or like that, they want that girl, or they want money from the poor people, like that, okay. So whims and fancies, unreasonable wishes, okay, of these rulers, okay. And these poor people, they have to accept that, okay, they had to, okay. Austrian overlords, I told you, that rulers. Then farmers had to hand their own plough instead of the horse. Oh, farmers, they had to hand means that plough, okay, that we know that how we plough our land with the ox, like that, cattle, okay. But just imagine that if the people, if the human being ploughing that field instead of this cattle, like ox or something like that. Just imagine how cruel is it, like, yes. So at that time it was horse there, so instead of horse the people used to do that. Really cruel it was, okay. Then William, okay, that was so they were not happy because of all this. Then next answer, William was a famous archer, the best mountaineer and the best boatsman at Lake Lucerne, okay. To which lake they went? Lucerne, okay, Lucerne. Then he didn't want to go to the, he didn't want to shoot at that hat, okay, he didn't want to shoot, okay, at that hat or on that hat, okay. Then third one, faster. Do it, father, I'm not scared. Who said this to whom, when and why? Then next, what does it reveal about the boy's nature, okay. So these are the answers. Little Carl, his name was Carl, said this to his father when the cruel jailer ordered William Tell to shoot the arrow at an apple which was kept on the head of Carl. He did not fear and was confident that his father would do it. Okay, then he was a brave boy. Who? Carl. Then next, let's talk. It's an assignment for you. Okay. Okay, there are several instances. Instances means incidents in history where it has been reiterated. Reiterated means, I'll tell you, reiterated means, okay, to do or say it for the second times. Okay, means repeated. Okay, time and again that fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the brave. Okay, means fortune means good luck. Good luck helped the brave people. Okay, so have you yourself experienced a similar situation wherein you have had to overcome fear and act in a brave manner? Means there was an incident that you had to become brave and confident to do that. Okay, it was quite a difficult situation, or it was quite a dangerous situation, and you had to become confident and brave to do that. Is there any situation like that? Then if there is, just share your experience with your class. Means you can write it as an assignment, you can submit. Okay, you have 7 days from today. Okay, since now. Okay, so okay, then next one, active and passive voice. Do you know what is active and passive voice? Active voice, in active voice we have subject. Okay, subject is the main thing. Okay, subject is doing the action, but in passive voice, object, that subject is receiving the action, okay, from object. Okay, that is known as passive voice. Okay, now Tom painted the fence. Here Tom is the subject, painted a verb, fence is the object, and here the fence was painted by Tom. Okay, fence, object. Okay, it became first and was painted by Tom. Okay, the object, subject is receiving the action of object. Okay, then both these sentences mean the same thing. Okay, both these sentences mean the same thing only. Tom painted the fence only. But in sentence 1, the subject Tom did something. Okay, in first. So subject Tom did something. Okay, he painted. Okay, then subject is active. The subject is active. The verb painted shows the action done by Tom. The verb painted shows the action done by Tom. Okay, then here the fence is the object of the verb. Here the fence is the object of the verb. Okay, verb, what is verb? Painted. Then so the verb is in active voice. Verb is in active voice. Because Tom has done the work and the fence received the work. Okay, and what was the work? Painting. Okay, so the verb is in active voice and the sentence is active voice. Now in sentence 2, the form of the verb was painted shows that some action was done. Okay, some action was done. What was done? Painted. Okay, what was painted? The fence was painted. The subject is not active there. Subject is not active. It is passive. There, subject is not active. Done by that Tom. Okay. So, the fence was painted by Tom. Okay. The fence was painted. We can say like that also, by anyone. Okay. Here, no importance for the subject. Importance for the object. Okay, did you understand? Yes. So it suffers. Okay, so the subject is not active, it is passive. That is, it suffers or receives some action. Okay, what that subject is receiving an action or suffers. Okay, then here the object, the fence becomes the subject of the verb. Object becomes the subject and the subject becomes the object. So the verb is in the passive voice. The verb is in the passive voice. Sentence is passive voice. Okay, so when the subject is in in a sentence is shown to be active. When the subject in a sentence shown to be active, the verb is said to be in the active voice. Okay. The subject is active. If the subject is active in a sentence, then the sentence is active voice, is in active voice. When the subject is a sentence in a sentence is acted upon, okay, means received or suffered from the object, the verb is said to be in a passive voice. Okay, so that sentence is passive voice. Then remember, when the verb is changed from the active voice to the passive voice, the object of transitive verb in the active voice becomes a subject of the verb in the passive voice. Okay, means transitive verb means what is that? In transitive verb, verb you can find the object. Intransitive verb, there is no object. Okay, he played. Okay, so there is no object. Okay, yes, he played violin. Object is there. Okay, so these are the difference. Okay, so when the verb is changed from the active voice to passive voice. Okay, verb change means when we change the active voice to passive voice, object of the transitive verb is in the active voice, becomes subject of. Okay, object becomes subject. That's it. Okay, when we change the active voice to passive voice, the object becomes the subject. That's all. Okay, then the fence, which is the object of painter in the active voice, becomes the subject of was painter. Okay, clearly it is here. Okay. Okay, the fence which is the object of painters. Okay, fence which is the object of painter. What is object? Fence. What is verb? Painter. Okay, in the active voice becomes the subject of was painted in the passive voice. Okay, so fence, it was object in the active voice and it becomes subject in passive voice. Okay. Now, so only the transitive verbs can be used in passive voice. Only transitive verb you can change it into passive voice. Otherwise, you cannot. Okay, because an intransitive verb has no object. Intransitive verb, I told you, there is no object for intransitive verb. So you can only change transitive verb to intransitive verb. Active voice to passive voice. Only transitive verb. Now, the active voice is used when the doer of the action is to be made prominent. Prominent means standing out. Okay, so subject is standing still. Okay, there is no movement. Okay, subject is the main character. Okay, but the passive voice is used when the person or thing acted upon to be the prominent. Okay, okay, so the means the subject becomes object. Okay, subject becomes object and receiving any action. Okay, so that position changes. Okay, subject becomes object. Okay, which receives an action from the object. That's it. Now, write a or for sentences in the active voice and p for the sentences in the passive voice. He laughed at me. He laughed at me. Which voice it is? I read the book long ago. Honey is made by bees. America was discovered by Columbus. He invited me to her house. Then a spider inspired Robert the Bruce. Mr. Lewis teaches us English. Okay, now how you can find the passive voice? I'll tell you. After the verb you can find V3 form. Okay, not this perfect tense. Okay, see, I'll show you. Okay, America was discovered. See, America was B form. Okay, America was, then V3 form, discovered. Okay, so which means that it is passive voice. He is made. Honey is made. Is again B form, made V3 form. So passive voice. Now did you understand? Others see, he laughed at me, then I read that book long ago. Okay. So here how you can change? I was laughed at. Okay, I was laughed at, like that you can say. Then I read that book long ago. The book was read by me long ago, or the book was read long ago, like that you can say. Then she invited me to her house. Okay, I was invited. See, invited past tense, simple past. So I was invited, past, simple past was. Okay, helping verb. Okay, was invited, V3 form, to her house. Then a spider inspired Robert the Bruce. Okay, Robert the Bruce was inspired by a spider. Okay. Then Mr. Lewis teaches us English. English teachers. English is taught. English is taught by Mr. Lewis. Okay. See, now see, he laughed at me. A, active voice. I read that book long ago. A, then honey is made by bees. Passive voice. America was discovered by Columbus. Passive voice. She invited me to her house. Active voice. A spider inspired Robert the Bruce. Active voice. Mr. Lewis teaches us English. Active voice. Now next, verbs with the preposition. Okay, preposition, you know that position. Okay. Now some verbs go with a certain prepositions. Listen to, drive into, feed on, dream about, look at, go with. The verbs will have different meanings with different prepositions. Okay. Talk to someone, talk about someone. Talk to someone means we are talking to the another person. Okay. Talk about someone, talking to the another person about a third person. Okay. That is talk about. Then look at someone. Look at, I'm looking at you. Okay, I look at you means straight to the second person. Look for something. Look for something means searching. Okay. Then write down 6 verbs that will go with the preposition to. You have to write. Then 5 verbs that will go with the preposition about. 5 verbs that will go with the preposition for. Okay. Now these are the answers. Talk to, listen to, go to, hurry to. Hurried means making fast. Okay, making busy. Okay, busy or running faster, like that. Okay. Then set to and sing to. Then talk about, watch about, run about, write about, and think about. Make for, dance for, take for, wait for, and book for. Okay, book for a movie. Book the ticket. Now complete these sentences using a verb with the preposition on. Ratna is reliable. Reliable means trustworthy. You can dash her. You can trust her. Okay. Now we are dash. You get us out of this mess. Okay. Then how much are you willing to dash this horse? My exams are near. I must dash my studies.